yeah, I already did review of this in autumn, and now I wanna just kind of do update of this and kind of final conclusion. This has been probably my most used knife of last half a year, and definitely my most used full-tang knife. It's kind of Bushcraft knife. So that kind of shows already like how much I like this. So I just realized, like when I started to think about the video, I was starting to plan that I want to do this update of this, because I just like to do this on the channel, the first impression and then a bit of a long-term review. Although, I don't know, half a year, maybe not super long-term, but I'm really confident on this conclusion. So this is my favorite Bushcraft knife. There's not a competition at the moment. These things are, of course, they change all the time. So there may come a knife next week, which I will use more or whatnot. And then there's a few knives that I have actually that I haven't used that much, so which are really on the same level as this. But this is just the most used one and such a reliable blade. So I'm really digging this. I don't know. I was trying to like put it to words and kind of pinpoint the things that I like about this, but I think it's just the overall feel of it. I just like the dimensions a lot. So it's kind of a long blade, sure, but it's not over too long. It's just kind of a generous enough the length that you can do a lot of like batoning, these sorts of things. But for this size of blade, it's still not too heavy. The steel has held really nicely. So like no chipping at all. It's 01 tool steel. It does great feathers. One of my favorite with feather sticks. Not maybe the absolute best, but very nice. Good carver. Good the grind overall. I just like everything about this. There's no like weak point of this. I like the thickness of the blade a lot. It's like that over 3 millimeters, which is not like there's many Bushcraft blades that are much thicker, but I don't think you need to have too much of a thicker blade than this. At least with this design, it works. It really depends on the overall blade geometry, the thickness. So it really isn't like. Sorry, I was just listening. There was some weird voices. Some rustling there. I don't know. Maybe some links. Who knows? Lots of links here. Yeah, so it's not really that simple as to say like you have a thinner blade, it's better than thick blade. To have a thick blade, it's better than a thinner blade. It depends on what you use the knife. It depends on the blade height, on the grind, many things. So I have many knives which are actually much thicker than this, but they are very good slicer. So for example, Bravo even 5.5 millimeters, Bark River Bravo. It's actually quite good slicer. But I like this thickness a lot with this. It would be much heavier blade with the thicker stock. And then I've noticed a few things. Normally, like Scandi grinds are not so good with food prep. This actually isn't that bad, like for a Scandi grind Bushcrafter. And one thing also, I love the overall the blade, how it tapers to the tip. It's very pointy, the tip. So I've opened a few fishes with this one, no problem. And with that also, kind of the thickness of the blade is nice. So you get really precise work even with that, opening a fish. And then if you look it's quite robust, but very piercing, the tip. So I've been batoning this a lot, but there's been no problems. It's great with that. Really like this actually with batoning, because also I've noticed that with some woods, like with a harder wood maybe, I was doing some testing in my house. I have a pine tree, I have a pine, birch, spruce, I have a ash tree, ulm tree, or ulm in German, elm tree, oak. I have many trees, many woods at home, so I was actually testing batoning with different blades and with different woods. I'm actually doing a video also of batoning. Seems to be a kind of controversial subject, so I want to do another video of that also. But I noticed, like, with heavier woods, it's actually sometimes even nicer to have a bit of a thinner the stock, because you have the Scandi, so it separates the wood, of course, but then it kind of also penetrates the wood like faster in the first heat. And this I've noticed when I was comparing this to some other Scandi grinds with the heavier stock. So these things are all nice, like everything is nice, but then the most important thing is the handle. So this is just genius handle design, and at least for my hand this fits like a glove. Such a gorgeous handle. So there's many things to like about this. One thing is that it's so beautifully rounded. So it's I just don't have hotspots with this. This is really on the Puukko level comfort. If I do push cuts, if I do carving, feathers, whatnot, it's really comfortable. But then it also has this kind of a, could maybe say, survival, more tactical type of, with all the contourings, which are not typical of Puukko. But it's a combination of those, both of those, that makes this really just very nice handle. Like, for example, you have the roundness here, everything is rounded, nice, but then this portion is kind of flat. And what that actually creates is that if you look, I have now this blade, this handle is resting on these 4 fingers equally. And then if I turn it, this is the position I'm going to use the blade. So there's an even distribution of the handle here, and this locks in like so securely in the hand. But then it locks in, but it has the comfort, the roundness, the thickness of not creating hotspots and being really great with woodwork. So this combination is just great, and it just fits with this type of blade, the length, everything. So everything is just perfect. And like the name of the knife, GNS, is short of things go no show, and it really is true with this knife. This is not a showpiece knife. This is just, everything is thought for like usability of how do you work the knife, how practical is it, everything here. And this is something which I also noticed with LT Wright, like they do very practical knives, like knives that I want to immediately test to use, to take out in the woods. And by the way, I got this other LT Wright I also want to show. This is the Rogue River. This has been with me now like 2 weeks. Haven't done that much testing. I did already a video of it because I really do like it, and really liking this. And even in the video, when I was doing the video of this, actually mentioned that this could be even better than the GNS. This could be even more comfortable. This could surpass the GNS. So actually, after that, I was so curious, so I took the GNS immediately to the test. So I thought, like, how it's going to be, which one is going to win here. Well, there's no winners. They are a bit different different ideas. Quite similar, sure, but this is more lightweight. It's a bit more nimble, and the handle is also a bit different. Very comfortable, the handle of the Rogue River. But this is more like, this locks in also nicely, but it's on the shorter side. So if you would have a very large hands, I have like a medium to large hands, this could be that even short, the handle. But for me, this is like, it feels like it's like done to my hand. This is like custom made just to fit my hand. This is such a perfect knife, and that also takes away some weight of not being too long, the handle, and it creates nice balance. So this is a great knife, but it doesn't surpass the GNS because this has so many nice elements also. A bit of more this roundness, or a bit of more generous, the handle, which I also like. I like both of them. I like both philosophy, let's say like this. So there's no winners really. Well, time will tell. So maybe after half a year, this has become the knife that I all the time take with me, because that's the thing. That's the most important thing. So I could theorize, I can do theoretical testings all day long, but the only thing that really for me shows like, do I like the knife? It's just, do I like to use it? Do I like to take it out? So this is great, the Rogue River. It just goes to show how much I like LT Wright knives. Really becoming a huge fan of those reliable use knives. Yeah, but I guess that's it. This is my favorite Bushcraft knife. Absolutely awesome design by LT Wright. If I would lose this, I would buy another one instantly. Such a great, reliable woods knife. But yeah, I'm continuing here. Thanks for watching, and have a great Easter. Cheers.